Hello everyone, it's Lawrence. I'm editing the podcast right now, and I am just coming to the realisation that I hadn't plugged my microphone in. The podcast is fine, I haven't lost another episode, but I do sound a bit crap in this one. It's not unlistenable, or whatever, but it is a bit of a downgrade in quality, so I apologise for that. I will have my microphone up and running again next week. Very sorry. Please enjoy us talking about Ted Lasso Season 3. And stick around, because at the end we do have a little new segment that we're excited to share with all of you. Goodbye. Have fun. Not goodbye. I'll see you in a minute in the episode.
Hello, and welcome to another Happy Pod. My name is Nathan, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Lawrence, who I'm mad at, and I'm grumpy today.
Oh no!
I'm a grumpy boy.
Sudden vibe change. What have I done?
Hello.
Hello, Nathan.
Who are you?
I'm Lawrence, and yes,
No
you
one
don't
cares
care.
what's
yeah,
the
you
show
don't
about.
care. This is the show where we talk about pop culture, movies, TV shows, games. We try and have a good time. Don't always succeed. Don't like negative Nellies, so we avoid them in the group chat. Why are you mad at me?
I'm mad at you, Lawrence, because I wanted to do an episode on Spider-Verse because I've seen it, and so have you, but you refused to change, and you wanted to do Ted Lasso. So I thought, let's give the people what they want. Let's do an episode on Spider-Verse when it's out, it's hot, it's fresh.
Who are these vocal people? Who is this consensus based on?
Our listeners, they've been screaming out. They've been messaging us. They've been DMing us. It's been relentless. And yeah, I want to give the people what they want, but I've been stifled by the enemy. You
know why? I want to see it again before I talk about it.
Because he didn't like it. Apparently, he didn't like it. He hated it. He told me himself. He saw the trans pride flag in Gwen's room, and then immediately went on a Twitter tirade. It was quite revolting, if anything.
It's a good thing Nathan logged in and quickly deleted all those tweets before anyone saw him. That could have been real bad for us.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for saving the brand, Nathan. How have you been? I hear you're spending a lot of time on Animal Crossing.
I've been grumpy.
Okay. Move past it.
I want to talk about it.
We just did talk about it.
We can't even talk about it next week as well, because we're doing that shit movie you want to do or whatever.
We can swap them if it makes you happier.
Well, we'll see.
I feel like that was a nice fair compromise, and now you have no reason to be cross.
I know, I wanted to do it today. That's my cross. I'll forget about the movie by next week. What did you ask me?
How's your island?
You don't need to know about my island. It's
I
my
want
island.
to. Everyone else might.
Look, I've been playing Animal Crossing, alright? Get off my back.
I'm not on your back. I'm merely providing you an avenue to express your enthusiasm.
You just want to ruin my creativity. You want to stop me from having fun playing Animal Crossing.
Look, if you want the true reason why I want to hear about your Animal Crossing, it's because I too have a story, and I don't want to monopolise the real estate of the intro. So I'm allowing you to tell your story.
So today's episode, we're talking
come on!
Alright, fuck's sake. Go on, what's your fucking shit story then?
Alright, I'll make it quick. I am not a sporty man. Neither of us are. I went to a nice community game of Rounders over the last couple of days.
Rounders,
yeah.
For our international listeners, is like baseball, but not really.
Yeah, it's like baseball, but a lot easier, and I'm pretty sure there's less rules.
It's British baseball, and it's for kids.
What actually is the difference?
I don't think there is one, really. It's just that we're British, and, you know, we have that weird xenophobic thing with Americans where we're like, well, that's American, no thank you. Well, not us, boomers like that. So they're like, no thank you. This is Rounders, actually.
Yeah.
But I think they're mostly the same. Baseball, you use like a hard bat, and I think Rounders is more of a soft bat, isn't it?
Yeah, this it's hard to tell because this wasn't a professional Rounders game.
Well, there is no profession. It's for kids. It's a kids game. It's a children's schoolyard game.
Come on, tell that to the community I was playing Rounders with.
Were they all 10 years old or younger?
No, it was a healthy mix of like mid-20s to like early 50s, I'd say.
Oh, that's not a group I want to be a part of ever.
I hate to tell you this, but age range, you are slap bang there. I am out of shape and not well adjusted to sports.
Yeah.
I stupidly chose top right fielding position, which is basically where most people bin the ball.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot of running, and then in trying to get someone out, I dived, and I fell over, and I hurt my knee. And I've grazed my knee, and I had to sit out. So I just thought you'd all get a laugh out of that. Just picturing me stumbling over my own 2 legs, grazing my knee, and then sitting on the side of the Rounders game.
Do you want me to say you're a very brave boy?
Yes, and offer a kiss to heal it.
No to both.
Come on.
No.
That's very nasty.
Yeah, well, you don't deserve either.
Speaking of sports, what are we talking about?
Fucking the Being Kind football show.
You like this show? What do you mean?
I do like it. Yeah, I know.
You got me onto this show.
I know.
Is this the first show we've covered season 1 to 3 all the way through, consistently?
No, we covered season 1 to 4 of Rebels last week.
Oh, God, don't remind me. I've actually blocked that from my fucking mind.
And people have listened to it all, surprisingly.
Clearly.
We got a message earlier on Twitter. They did the hashtag 2 supple boys, which I salute you, brave soldier.
Yeah, look, I'm glad some people are enjoying it, because I'm pretty sure, like, we recorded it, and then I edited it, and then it's been out of both of our minds for that long.
Yeah.
You got me onto this show, and I was stubborn about it. Consistent
As you
theme.
often are, about literally anything I suggest that you don't want to watch.
I did watch it, and I ended up binging the first season all in one day. And we did season 2. We've done episodes on both seasons, but season 3 is here. It's just ended. By the time this comes out, might have just ended. But yeah, what?
Like a week ago or so.
Yeah. What do you think
Of the show?
You can sum up your feelings on the show, but like maybe just this season 3 as well.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's a podcast, Nathan. Give me more.
It's a pretty good show.
Okay. Well, now we've clarified the extra medium on top of it. Thank you for your generosity with one extra word.
You're welcome. I enjoy it. It's look, I know it's not fucking groundbreaking, hard-hitting drama or anything. It's not fucking, the most intense creative writing blowing my mind with revelations and all this sort of stuff each week. It's not supposed to be. For me, it's a very comforting, very heartwarming show for the most part, which just makes me feel good when I watch it. Like I say every Wednesday morning. I didn't ever watch it Wednesday morning, but like whenever I got the chance to watch, I usually watched it Friday nights, to be honest. But every Friday, whenever I watched it, like I'd finish work, I was ready for the weekend, I just put on Ted Lasso, and I was like, oh, this is nice. This is just, it made me feel warm and fuzzy, and it just made me forget that the world is a mostly horrible and terrible place full of people like you.
Oh, God.
That was mean, I'm sorry.
Got me so. I was like nodding along, bopping my head, like, yeah, there's good points. I like this.
But like full of your mates.
Oh,
and then I'd go on Twitter, and then I'd see your mates, and they'd be like, oh, the Being Kind football show. Oh, fuck off, go away.
Yeah, it came out in like the height of the pandemic, so I think it was like a welcome show for everyone to be like, this is, as you called it, I think in the first episode, like it's just a nice break from the world.
Oh, mate, that was like 2 years ago. I have no idea what I would have said during that first episode.
I was a different man back then, for real.
Yeah. I have no idea.
No, you obviously you turned me onto it, and then we did an episode on it. So like we back then we were selective. Now we'll do an episode on fucking anything.
Not Spider-Verse, apparently.
Oh, shut up! No, but it was the nice break from the world, and it's obviously set in some sort of like different, just a different, very optimistic take on the world, where like people can be nice and it pays off and it always rewards you for being kind.
People can be nice, but people can also be Emperor Palpatine. His office is Emperor Palpatine's throne room.
Oh God, it is.
Yeah.
And his costume in the finale is.
Yeah.
It's just Sith robes. Yeah.
He's Palpatine.
It's not bad correlation, to be fair. Yeah, so I really, really enjoyed seasons 1 and 2. I thought season 2, like, it obviously, it veered into this kind of more nuanced kind of mental health show. It, like, veered into more, like, if someone is constantly optimistic, what does that actually do to them when no one's looking?
I'll be honest, I hardly remember the first 2 seasons.
Do you not remember, like, having an opinion on them, though?
Broad strokes, yes. But,
Yeah.
like stuff came up in season 3 and I was like, oh, what's this again? Like, I should have probably rewatched it before, but I didn't. And then like
there's that 2 week stretch before where everyone's like, I should rewatch it, and you go, oh, I'm doing something else here.
I was really watching Rebels.
Yeah.
There's like characters that showed up, like especially in the last episode. I'm like, who's this then? Like, what's their story? What's going on here? Like broad strokes, I remember.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Do you remember Sharon?
Is that the therapist?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in this briefly.
Yeah, I think she shot her scenes on a lunchtime somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Season 3, I'm kind of conflicted on, like, because
There he goes.
No, shut up.
Lawrence hates movies at twitter.com.
No, because you're right. Like, it's not the kind of show where you expect like fucking A standard gold tier shit all around, right? It is just a fun show. But then like seasons 1 and 2 were like fun and good TV, and I just think season 3, I don't know, it feels muddly. It feels like there's like a great season in there if they got rid of like, I don't know, 50% of the show. If a lack of focus is like kind of the term. Did you see what I mean about like a lack of kind of direction almost?
I mean, yes, I can, but you enjoy the show Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
All right. Would you say that every season of that is fully focused and has a full, clear direction? Like every episode is building towards this thing, and this is the goal, and we're not going to deviate from that. It's all going to be in service of building towards this goal.
No, but I also don't think that this is a sitcom. Like it's part and part a sitcom, but then like
it's a little sitcom for me.
I mean, look, it's a comedy for sure.
Yeah,
but like it
in
doesn't.
A situation.
Yeah, look, I see where you're going. Like I know it has the trappings of a sitcom, and I do think it like probably started as one.
Just because it's an hour long rather than 30 minutes.
No, but it's not the time. It's like it veered into like more serious subject matter. Like a lot of like you said, it's a feel good show, but then every now and again it will just emotionally crush you. And I know that Parks and Rec and like The Office can do that.
Yeah, but also so did season 1 and season 2.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have a problem with it being a drama. I just like I would approach Parks and Rec and The Office in a different vein that I would approach this. But also that's based on watching season 1 and 2. And, like, not a sitcom to me, it's funny. It feels more like it is building to an overarching thing every time. Like, when was the last time, like, The Office had a big cliffhanger of, like, one of the main people in the office switching sides and being, like, emotionally fucking devastated? And do you know what I mean? Like,
No.
I do feel like it's a different type of show.
No. Wait, what?
Like Nate in season 2.
Oh, okay.
Like, you're not getting that kind of stuff in The Office.
I mean, Jim works at that other office for a little while.
He doesn't go there. He doesn't turn to the dark side before doing so, does he?
Well, no, but he has that fallout with Pam.
Fuck's sake. You know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Ryan was a bit of a cunt, and then he was kind of alright. Nah, he's always a cunt.
Yeah, but whenever Ryan was a cunt, he was laughing at Ryan being a cunt.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just feel like for a while it didn't feel like it was doing anything. Like I want to stress, overall, I think the season's like cool. I like it.
All right.
Like there wasn't a single episode I watched and I was like, I hate what this is becoming or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just feel like a while ago we spoke about how this is the show that like it's one of the only shows that from the beginning we're like 3 seasons and we're done. We know what we're doing. We're gonna do that and then we're done. And we were both like, whoa, that would be cool. Like, I like the idea that it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and they already know what it is. And, like, having watched season 3 now, I think that was bollocks. I don't think they knew what they were going to do in season 3.
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of agree.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
I don't know, it feels weird. It feels different. It feels like a different season of a different show in some parts.
Why?
I feel like there was a lot of, like... In season 1 and 2, I feel like there was a lot of, like, emotional honesty. Like, there was the scene where Ted breaks down in Sharon's office and you get, like, the wool's been pulled over her eyes and Ted, when he wants to be, can actually be a bit of a dick when his emotions come flooding out. I feel like Nate's build-up happened, and then you get to see Nate explode at Ted, and it's obviously it's been bubbling up on the surface for so long. And I feel like in this season, there's so many things that you kind of want to see and things I was excited to see and that we don't see.
Like what?
Like Nate leaving, like we don't see that. We don't see a scene of him like confronting Rupert at any point.
At no point did I expect or want to see a scene of Nate confronting Rupert.
Well, no, but just because Rupert was being a twat to him all season. So it would have been nice for him to have his, like, defining moment. And before you know, like, we see him write the letter to Ted, and then the next episode, he's just back there, and Ted's there. And there's not, like, you do get a conversation with him a bit later on, but, like, it would have been cool to see him give Ted that letter. And, like, a fun part of Nate's character has always been, like, defiant over his ability, but when it comes down to it, he's, like, kind of a bumbling, awkward guy. It would have been cool to see that interaction. I don't know. I just feel like there was a lot of stuff that we didn't get to see.
Okay.
Tell me you have an opinion, please.
No, not really. Again, no. I just don't care. No, that's not fair to say. The Rupert thing, he's a dickhead. He's always a dickhead. He's a dickhead throughout the entire show. I don't think, I was never like, he's not a dickhead to Nate. He's just a dickhead.
I think he's a dickhead to Nate.
How?
He tries to, like, he says about it being a boys' night, and then he intentionally...
Yeah, that's a dickhead thing to do. But, like, what part about that? Like, what kind of comeback does Nate need for that? You're a prick. Who cares? He's above that, I think. The fact that he just leaves, I think that's it. That's all he needs. He doesn't need some big moment where he can be, you're evil. Because we know that. We know he's a dickhead.
Yeah,
Why have a whole scene where we can just have one character tell us something we already know?
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes it's important to see that the characters have those moments. Like, we already know it, yeah. So, like, let us see it. Let us experience it. Like, or another one for, like, I don't mind so much that we didn't see Ted telling Rebecca, because I thought it was a nice episode.
By the way, let me just be clear. I didn't like the last episode. I thought the ending was kind of, not bad, but just not necessarily as good as I thought it could be. But... overall, I think the show is pretty good.
Yeah, I do think the show's overall was pretty good. I think that mostly does come from seasons 1 and 2, though. Like,
I mean season 3. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what was you gonna say though? You was gonna say like another thing.
So, like, I don't mind so much that we don't see Ted tell Rebecca that he's quitting, because it's a nice, like, you know how, like, every scene there's a bit where Rebecca goes down to his office and they make a joke out of it in this one. So, like, I don't have any big news for you this year.
Yeah. And
Ted's like, oh, I do. And then it's a night, you understand that. You see exactly where that's going. And
well, do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, because the whole episode building up to that has been, like, Ted and his mum dancing around telling each other what they think, and then when Ted's mum tells him his son wants to see him, like, it's obviously implied that Ted will then be like, yeah, I should leave.
You see, I would massively disagree with that. I would say that was an intentional misdirect, that ending there. Because when he's like, hey, I got one, and then the episode ends, I was like, oh, he's going to tell her he likes her. They're going to fucking...
Really?
Yeah. And I was not the only one with that. This was a very big thing, okay? He's like, oh, shit, he's going to tell... And then cut to the very next opening of the very next episode. Rebecca in her fucking pajamas. It's the morning, she's in the kitchen. Ted walks in. Like, there's this very clear language, like, we just slept together. But then, misdirect again.
See, when he came out of her bedroom in his, like, ruffled hair and PJs and stuff, I was like, I shat myself then, but that for me came out totally out of left field. And I was like, yeah, because there was no... The whole episode before he tells Rebecca that he quits was
not like, even the moment where he pulled the matchbook out of his pocket?
I just didn't... I don't know. Maybe I don't even remember that. When does that happen?
In that same episode, I think.
Yeah, I just didn't... I've got no, like, reasoning behind it. I just never read it like that at all. Because there's been no setup for Ted liking Rebecca, I thought. If they were to get together, when I thought that for a second they had slept together, I genuinely was like, what the fucking hell?
I think there's a lot of stuff about Ted and Rebecca throughout the whole show.
What, fan stuff or the show?
No, the show. Remember that Christmas episode?
Yeah, I know what you... Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't see it like that at all.
Watch it again.
Bizarre. And that was a lot of people thought that?
A lot of people thought that. Yeah.
I don't know if it immediately followed. I can't remember exactly where in the episode it was, but the scene of Ted and his mum, like, and the whole fact that it built up to Ted's mum basically outbursting, being like, your son fucking needs you. I thought that was like maybe it's because I know as well, like from a meta point of view, I know that it's the last season. I was in my head, I was like, Ted's obviously going to leave. He's going to go home.
Yeah, I thought that too, but I thought Rebecca was going to go with him. And even the fact that in the last episode, there is like 12 different opportunities for Rebecca to go with him or for him to stay and that type of stuff. There is like so many moments where like something could have happened, but it didn't. And that's fine. I don't necessarily need that to happen. But
So I thought their connection was more along the lines of like Ted came into Rebecca's life despite him only being there for vindictive purposes on her part and made her life better, like made everyone's. That's the whole thing of the show, is Ted's influence spreads positivity and makes people the best kind of versions of themselves. And I thought that she was keen to hang on to that aspect of him. But yeah, no, I never read it like really romantically. I could see like some points where they were like having a bit of a flirty back and forth and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I suppose because after the Amsterdam episode as well, I just thought that guy was just going to come back, and then he did.
I never thought we'd see that guy again.
Really?
And it's so much so that the ending of it, where we do see him again, I thought, oh, it's...
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, I hated it, to be honest. I thought it was
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was just very like, let's just sweep this under the rug very quickly. Let's just tidy this up in a nice, neat little bow. I thought, to be honest, I thought it was lazy writing, to be honest.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I can see the reunion being lazy, like, because it was a bit contrived that he's suddenly a pilot and he happens to be at that airport.
Yeah, maybe there's some hint at him being a pilot in the episode, but I don't know.
Yeah, he probably did at some point. Yeah, but I don't know. I liked that the Amsterdam episode is my favourite episode of the whole season.
Yeah, me too, but probably for very different reasons. Because you're a homophobic.
What? No, come on. I have a note that says like some of the best. I think one of the best storylines in the show was the Colin coming out and it being paired with Trent.
I love
Happily.
Trent. How good is Trent? How
Yeah,
great
he's
is
great.
Trent? He's got great hair. He's always got his cool little pride mug. He's got great little t-shirts that he wears.
Yeah.
He always looks amazing. I like Trent. Trent can stay.
Trent rocks the salt and pepper look.
He does.
Like
yeah.
no other.
Yeah. And when he was like, Colin, I'm gay, I was like, I know. We know.
There was a small part of me. Maybe you didn't read this like this. Maybe this whole show is going to be us having wildly different interpretations of stuff. But there was a moment I was a little bit concerned, where Trent sees Colin kissing his partner in the alleyway, and he like has a look on him, and I was like, "Don't you dare tell anyone."
Never once occurred to me.
Really?
never once, because I was like, no, he's gay. Like, Trent's gay. He's so obviously gay. Like,
Has it been like I'm here talking like TV terms, like has the canon been established that Trent was gay before?
never officially, but like, you know.
Oh, okay, right, I see.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No, I love that whole storyline. I do think there was a misdirect with Isaac's initial reaction to finding out Colin was gay, and it being the very what I'd assume is the very kind of like he immediately takes it as an attack on his character that he wouldn't be deemed trustworthy enough to be told.
Yeah.
Which is obviously so far removed from Colin being like, no, it's just the more people that know, the more risk there is. And I'd like to live in peace and not constantly terrified that something is going to come out about me.
Yeah.
I loved that whole thing, and I like that this season also established like who are the kind of the more mates of the team. Like I didn't realize that Colin and Isaac were as close as they were.
Well, just going back to the Amsterdam episode, the thing I like about that, again, just really made me like Trent a lot more as a character. I mean, I already liked him, but just getting to know more about him, and his history and stuff was really nice. I don't know if you know this. I didn't know it until after the episode, but the place where Colin and Trent were sat, it's what's called the Homo Monument, which is just a place in Amsterdam, which is just there in dedication of like a lot of gay men and lesbians who have like faced persecution over the years and that sort of stuff. So that was really nice to see. And yeah, just a really great episode overall. Like not just the Trent and Colin stuff, but also the stuff going on with Ted and him kind of like losing his mind and ended up in that very funny American restaurant.
Yeah.
And I did, as much as I like wasn't a fan of the ending of it, even the Rebecca and the other guy's stuff was quite fun to see as well. So and just the B plot of the team just trying to decide what to do, but not being able to figure it out.
I love that, just the level of indecisiveness to waste your whole night staying in, figuring out what you want your night to be.
Yeah.
I loved the Rebecca and that guy. I loved, like, I don't know, I just felt their whole... It was very, like, meet cutie, and it was, because the episode was quite long, it was just nice to see, I thought.
It was nice for a one-off, for a one and done, we'll always remember that one night with two strangers. It's very mysterious. Let's have that one night, and we'll always remember it. But then the fact that it's then I don't know, it cheapens it. I think it takes the shine off that one night.
I know what you're saying, but I think also that's down to maybe an uncertainty of, like, we're probably not going to see them again.
Maybe.
Is there stuff on that? I've heard whispers about spin-offs and stuff.
There may be spin-offs. I don't know, but there may be spin-offs. I wouldn't mind seeing a spin-off.
I would put money on there being a spin-off called Nate the Great.
No, that'd be awful. Spin-off about the AFC women's team could be quite fun.
That would be quite cool. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Diamond Dogettes.
There's got to be a better thing for that.
Yeah, probably.
There's got to be a better one.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I do see what you mean about it taking the sheen off it a little bit, but I quite liked that, like, obviously she's never, I don't think she ever really had proper love with Rupert. It was obviously a very toxic marriage from the beginning.
No. I did like that moment where, like, they went to that fucking billionaire cunt dinner who... I remember hating him in season 2, and he's back, and I was like, oh, yeah, I remember why I hated you. Not from, like, you're a villain point of view, just the weird cartoonish overacting that I didn't like.
The Super League billionaire cunt.
Yeah, that guy was like... Didn't like that guy at all. Weird inclusion in the show. But I did like the moment where, like, Rupert and Rebecca go to that meeting, and they end up having, like, a little bit of fun or whatever. And then Rupert goes in for a kiss, and she's like, whoa.
Yeah.
What the fuck? No.
Yeah.
No. You small idiot. No. Goodbye. What
I love that was the fucking turning point for her arc as well, because it was like, that was like, obviously no one needed to be told it, but she needed to see it. That it was like, it was never her. Like, he... Literally, the second he gets a modicum of a fucking green light from any woman, he just goes.
Yeah.
And she's just like, yeah, I think from that point onwards, anytime anyone mentions Rupert, she's like, no, I've washed my hands of it. I couldn't give a fuck. He's a tiny, pathetic man.
He's an idiot. He's a pathetic little Krillitane cunt. Yeah. I don't know. You said you got notes. What else you want to talk about?
When season 2 ended, I was quite prepared for, like, more of a war between Nate and Ted. Not a war, but like a battle of Nate trying to constantly prove his talent, and Ted being like, "I know you're talented. Like, what is this?" And what I was quite pleasantly surprised to see was way more of just Nate immediately being like, "Good, I was signed. Everyone thinks I'm a great manager. I can't step out of the house without people being like, what a great guy you are." He's, like, revered at his local restaurant by the owner, a place that he's previously been quite swept under the rug and ignored at. And then, like, you see, like, 3 episodes in, he's just so unsatisfied.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, oh, no, I kind of just wanted people I give a shit to like me, rather than everyone to like me.
Yeah.
Which I really liked, and I like that I can't remember the character's name, the waitress that ends up being his partner.
I think it's Jade.
Jade, it is Jade. Yeah. I really liked how she kind of came back into it, and because we always thought she was just kind of unimpressed in season 2 with his big kind of, like, larger than life, look at me kind of attitude. But then, like, she obviously was into him, but she was just like, this is not me. I don't give a shit about any of the grandeur shit. Like, I like you as a person. No, I just really liked Nate's slow humbling, but it never felt like he was blamed. No. Because you can see, like, obviously the relationship he had with his dad was the reason why he just looks for appreciation by anyone. So yeah, I liked the fact that season 2 set him up as, like, season 3's big villain. Yeah. And immediately season 3 was like, there's more under the surface, and we're bigger than just being like, he's a bad guy. He's a character, and he, like, true to the Ted Lasso way, just needs a second chance to prove himself.
Fully agree. It was very funny though when the Richmond team came after they found out that he ripped up the Believe sign. It was very funny when they all come out the stands just giving him the death stare. That was very funny.
But he does. That's what I mean. Like, as a character, he does deserve those moments. Like, he was a prick.
Yeah, but he was, but he apologizes, and like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Like,
and I do like how the team come to him and they're like, do you want to come back? And he's like, I don't know if I can. And Isaac's like, okay, can I get 25 kebabs?
75. Is
it 75?
75, yeah. And then everyone's just eating kebabs.
Yeah, throughout like most of the rest of the team scenes.
Yeah. Even Rebecca's got one.
Yeah. See, that's what I go to Ted Lasso for. Just like a real silly fucking thing like that.
And that's what I like. The reason I like it so much, and I think I probably said this on the last time we spoke about it as well, but like broadly speaking here, I'm not being general and specific, but like broadly speaking, football can be quite toxic. And like football fans, it can be a place and a community. And you see it all the time, like fucking football hooliganism and riots and all this sort of shit. And like fucking our team's going to fucking kill you and all just the worst of the worst it can be. But what I like is that it takes something that can be very toxic, but turns it into just the most like wholesome, healthy depiction of just male friendships.
Yeah.
And which I don't think we get enough of that, to be honest. Enough of like healthy male friendships in media, enough. But this show, it does it in a great way, for the most part, which I really enjoy. Sometimes it builds up some great male friendships and then just backtracks on them in the last episode for no reason. But for the most part, it's quite good.
It would have been so easy just to take that scene out, wouldn't it?
So stupid, man.
How did that get past the writers?
Jamie is probably my favourite character of season 3.
Yeah.
Which is a lot to say, because I fucking hated him in season 1.
Yeah.
Like, his character development, he's so good of a character. His character development has been great. And in the 3rd season, he's a great fucking member of the team. You can tell that he really loves everyone. He's built, like, a great relationship with everyone and stuff, and he has changed and brought himself around massively. But just the moment where he, like, uses fucking Keely's video against Roy, it's just so gross. It's just so fucking creepy and wrong.
Yeah, I
hated it, man.
I genuinely was like, because of what we've seen from Jamie up until that point, like when he said like that video was for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, if they like, is it like, has it built up to the point where like now Jamie is going to express some enormous guilt about paying upon Keely and Roy, and then but the fact, and then when there was like a split second that passed, and I saw Roy's face turn angry, and I was like, that was like jealousy, not you really upset her, or you caused her like immense embarrassment and whatever. I genuinely my jaw hit the floor, and I was like, they didn't just weaponize that as like as a fucking advantage over Roy.
And then you go back to the episode where like that video came out, great episode, and Jamie goes to Keely's house and he just fully apologizes for it. He owns up to it. He says, it's my fault. I was a fucking idiot. I didn't think about the email password. My password's password, but it's got 2 S's, so no one would have figured it out.
Great line.
Yeah. And he's genuinely sorry. He's genuinely upset that it's his fault that that's out there. Keely, she's lovely, and she's like, yeah, it's fine, it is what it is, and all that sort of shit. But yeah, like, just to go from that, just to be like, and as well, like, even the fucking episode before that, we had this whole episode that was like, it doesn't matter who, they're not doing the love triangle thing. Like, they're just, all 3 of them are good friends. They're all 3 good friends, okay? This tension doesn't really matter. They can just be good mates. And then it was just, nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. I wouldn't like, maybe this is like blasphemy to some people. I would not have cared if the love triangle subplot just fizzled into like, what's more important is being cool with one another.
Yeah. Not
about who gets the girl. Like, their friendship shouldn't be and has never been defined on it. Up until that one scene. I was just like, why? That's like you mentioned Jamie. The thing that I love, and I think season 3 cemented it, the show has always had a thing about dads, and specifically with Jamie and Ted. And I don't know, there was something about the episode where like Ted is intrinsically fucking, like, upbeat and happy and overly optimistic. And so is his mum, to a degree. And when his mum comes to visit, like I said earlier, there's that tension the entire time. Like, what is it that you both need to say to each other? Because you haven't obviously communicated healthily in a very long time.
Yeah.
And it gets down to that point, and it was all about how, like, Ted's mum just didn't really comfort Ted and didn't know how to deal with Ted's dad dying. And that resulted in Ted just kind of bottling it all up and just being overly, like, you know, happy-go-lucky about shit. And then, like because from season 1, you're led to believe, like, Ted's way of doing things is better than Jamie's. And Jamie is a prick in season 1. But when he goes back to his mum in season 3 and Jamie starts talking about his dad, who is, like, a drunk and like, obviously some sort of abuser, like, the difference in seeing how Jamie...
Oh, we've seen his dad. We've seen his dad in past seasons.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, but, like,
Yeah.
we've never seen them in a context of, like, a family environment together.
Oh, right, yeah.
And obviously his mum has bad experiences with him as well. And I just
Side
think it
note,
was really interesting.
When one of the funniest lines in this show is when they go see Jamie's mum, and she's just hugging him on the couch, just like comfort him, and he's just like, someone on Twitter said my hair was blonde. I'm like, it's not blonde, it's honey mist auburn, mate.
Yeah. that's another thing. His exaggerated.
And she's like really comforting him as well, like it's the world's biggest tragedy. And she's like, "Oh, my poor baby boy." He's like, "I know, I am."
But that's like that. But that's the thing that I think is so good, because it's like, Jamie may have been a prick, but this entire time he's been able to just lay his head on his mum's lap and talk openly and honestly about how he feels.
Yeah.
And it's like, it kind of almost shows you, like, Ted's way of doing things isn't better. He just has a positive influence to spread.
Yeah.
No, just really cool. There are so many lines in this that wouldn't be funny without Phil Dunster putting on that hugely exaggerated Mancunian accent. Just, yeah, there are so many extra lines where, like, he doesn't need to pronounce things the way he does, but it's so much funnier because he does.
It is very funny.
Less actual football, I thought.
Yes, but again, I think we mentioned this last time, but the football scenes we do see is like the only time I'm ever excited about football. I want to get a Richmond shirt.
This show, in the last episode of this season, the show did the impossible, and it genuinely made me. You know the winning match.
Yeah.
Halfway through that, I went, would I like football if I gave it a stab? Like, if I gave it an honest go.
No,
if I chose a team.
No, because the thing is, though, we like this when it's shot dramatically. You can get up close angles, and it's like probably like about 5 minutes, but like not when it's 90 minutes and it's all the same angle. It's just...
And the plot, like the plot always brings it down to, like, they're neck and neck in the 90th minute, and I'm like, who's gonna win? Whereas most games it's like 0-0. I'm like, that was a fucking waste of time for everyone.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about the finale.
Wow. All right.
Overall, I think I liked where most people ended up. I feel like the way they went around getting there was a bit weird. Did you think that Ted is going to get back with his wife?
Not necessarily. I can see why.
Because of the weird...
Because of, like, guy. During the football game, he was like, this is boring, or whatever. And, like, Henry was, like, clearly like, fuck you, cunt. And Michelle... Is it Michelle?
Yeah, it's Michelle, yeah.
Michelle was clearly annoyed with him as well. And during the game, like, he got further and further away from them as well.
Yeah.
So maybe, but I don't know.
I wouldn't like that.
I mean, neither. But
quite like that it's just like a healthy divorce.
Yeah.
And they're both better people for being out of the marriage.
Yeah. But I don't think Ted has ever really moved on from it, though. Really.
No, probably not. But, like, that I told you, that was when you got me into it. I sat down to watch the first episode, and the moment I was in was the ending of the first episode, when he sits down and opens up his phone to, like, divorce papers being emailed to him.
Yeah.
And immediately I went, oh, not happy show.
Yeah.
Somewhat sad show. And yeah, he may have never got over it, but like she openly said to him, like there was that beautiful scene where he was like, "I'm gonna let you go. You don't need to feel bad about not loving me anymore.
Yeah.
And I can't keep calling you wrong for feeling the way you feel." Like that's just such an amazing scene in this show. And then yeah, I don't know. I felt like if it was teasing that they get back together, I was like,
I don't think it
please don't.
is. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
To me, there's nothing really that suggests that. Like, because at the end of the day, even if it doesn't work out with Michelle and Dr. Cunt, then like they still broke up because she just fell out of love with him. Like,
yeah, like
I don't think that's
the only
necessarily
viable options
changed.
are not this guy.
Yeah, like I don't think that's necessarily changed. I don't think there's anything to indicate that at all. Really, it was just maybe this isn't the next guy or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you like Sam's restaurant?
I did. I loved Sam's restaurant. I loved Sam's dad. Sam's dad was so fucking lovely. A beautiful man. I loved like his outfit as well. The like traditional robes that he wore. Fucking dripping, my guy.
He arrives at the grounds.
Yeah.
And he is just everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah.
This guy's
absolute
fresh.
Fucking unit of a man as well.
He's massive.
But also that is just that gentle giant trope that I love. You take the biggest fucking beefiest dude and you make them just the most wholesome, loving guy ever. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
he was great.
Just a beautiful scene where like Sam is obviously I can't remember what Sam gets this upset about. I think it was the restaurant.
It was it got vandalized, yeah.
Yeah. And that was obviously because he spoke out against some racism person, yeah.
Yeah, so there was the Home Secretary, very clearly parodying. At the time, the Home Secretary was Priti Patel.
Yeah.
At the time this would have been filmed and written, is now Zoella Braverman. Both cunts.
Yeah, they're both if you're not from the UK,
fuckheads.
completely interchangeable women with the
Yes.
same ideas. There's just literally a different skin on an avatar.
They're just both absolute fuckheads. And like the Home Secretary in this, I can't remember what her name, but it was something that had like alliteration, like Priti Patel. It was like Brenda Barman, like I don't know, but some shit like that, you know.
It was clearly it was obviously they haven't been shy about that in the past. Like they're parodying real people, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And yeah, she fucking said some racist shit or whatever, and then he said like, "Oh, you're a cunt" or whatever, and then she said, "Maybe you should just stick to dribbling or something," which is actually a real thing that recently happened to what's his name? I want to say LeBron.
In football?
No, because he's.
Basketball.
Basketball or football. Could be either.
Is LeBron James not retired?
No, he's still playing.
Do you mean... Was it... Because I know there was something that happened with Marcus Rashford.
No. It is definitely an American football thing. Yeah,
I don't
American
know then,
sports. Let me look at it. I'm 99% sure it was LeBron.
How is LeBron James still playing? Isn't he like... I know he's not old, but like isn't like anything in your 30s just... way out of the game at that point in sports.
Not necessarily.
That's where you normally get like 10 good years.
He's a basketball player. So it is basketball. Is he currently playing? Yeah, he's playing for the LA Lakers currently.
Oh, yeah, that would be LeBron James then, yeah.
Yeah. LeBron James, Ted Lasso.
Remember that meme where that kid went, LeBron James?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, someone said like a very similar thing happened to him basically, and where someone said to him like you should stop talking about racism and just focus on dribbling or whatever, and it's like, fuck off, cunt.
Yeah, I just love the sequence where like Sam just comes in, smashes in his locker, and sees his dad and just melts into him and gives him a big hug.
Yeah. Very, very sweet.
Fucking dropped the Sam and Rebecca plotline like fucking hell.
I feel like they resolved that in season 2, didn't they?
They did, but I've never seen a show more like, we're sorry about doing that, by the way.
Oh no, I don't think so at all.
Really? I think they were well hush about it.
They mentioned it.
Yeah, I don't think they mentioned it. I think it was more like Keely was like, "What
Well-
about Sam?" And she was like, "No."
They referred to it. Yeah, to me, it was just something that was resolved. It wasn't. Oh, let's sweep that under the rug. It wasn't that. It was just it's done.
Fair. No, I don't know. It felt to me. It felt like they were like, because I know a lot of people didn't like that.
Really?
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
Why?
Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people were just like, I don't even think it came down to the age thing. I think it just a lot of people were like, it was the shock of Sam being like, it was the shock of it being like a team player for the sake of Rebecca needs a love interest, and it felt very like forced.
I liked it. I thought it was nice, to be honest.
I like them as a pairing, but like, I would have preferred it if maybe they like didn't actively pursue it and were like sleeping with each other. I would have preferred if, I don't know, it just showed Rebecca like, it doesn't matter what people look like, there's articulate and well thought and well read people out there for her, and it's maybe not this child.
Like, child is strong.
She calls herself, she's like, oh god, I'm a paedophile or something in season 2. I know she's not, but like,
I think it's harsh. I liked it, man. I liked them. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know. I liked it.
Fair. Speaking of stuff I wasn't too keen on, what do we make of Keely's, was partner for quite an extended period of the show, being the billionaire Jack?
See, I liked Jack at first, and then she was a cunt, and then I didn't like Jack. Jack is in another show that I really like. She plays an astronaut turned president in For All Mankind, which is quite another Apple show. And she's very good in that.
Joel Kinnaman on the Moon?
Joel Kinnaman on the Moon, yeah. She's great in that show, so I was automatically like, oh, I like you. You're going to be good. And she's gay in that. And she's the president, which is also very cool. And she's like, and she holds a press conference where she's like, my fellow Americans, I'm gay.
In those words, please?
No, not in those words exactly. But she does hold a press conference to come out.
My fellow Americans, cool.
I'm gay. Yeah. Spoiler alert, by the way. Sorry, that's like a big plot point. Sorry.
I was thinking that's like season 1, episode 1 or something.
Nah, it's like season 3. It's like, sorry. But it's a good show. You should still watch it. What was I saying?
I feel like it's been out probably long enough, has it?
Yeah, about a year.
They've had time.
Yeah, sure. What was I saying?
I feel like she was very intentionally disarming. Like when you think of like billionaire taking advantage of people, it's normally like rich white man, like an Elon Musk shithead.
I never thought she was taking advantage of Keely.
I don't necessarily think taking advantage. That's the wrong word. More just like for Keely, like it was everything, and for Jack, it was like this is like chump change for me. If it makes you happy, run your little business.
I never really got that sense. I
don't know. I felt like she was splashing out 24/7 about the gifts, and it was a lot of buying affection kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, but she was never like holding the business over Keely.
I think not holding it over, but the second that Keely was displeased about something, the business went. She pulled the funding for it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like she's a cunt.
Yeah.
But not that, but more like her reaction to the video and all that sort of shit. Like, and the fact that she blamed Keely for it, which is just cunty.
I want to live in Keely's apartment. It looks really nice.
It does. Well, they're all like fucking millionaires, aren't they? You forget
Colin's
that.
house.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're fucking professional footballers, man. They're on like fucking 90 grand a week or whatever.
That in the finale, Colin. When everyone was rushing the pitch and Colin's partner came out.
They had a little kiss on the pitch, which was very nice.
That was very, very nice. I did
very
like that.
Very cute, yeah.
Let's get wrapping up. Was there any parts of what else was in the finale that we didn't touch?
Beard got married to Janine.
Yeah. Possibly the worst shot committed to TV.
Just a very bad green screen Stonehenge at sunset. Very
I forgave the entire show where they were clearly not on a football pitch.
Yeah, the football games always look a little bit dodgy, but you get that. They got to fill in a whole fucking audience and shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
you can't get that many extras.
No, I'm absolutely fine with all that. Like I say, I don't come to it for that. But don't put your wedding at Stonehenge at sunset with 1 million people that aren't there.
Yeah.
No,
No, they was
limits.
all there. They was just in front of a green screen.
Yeah, true, and probably not all on the same day.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, very much a yeah, I don't know. Horrendous shot. Happy for Beard. I liked his monologue, his reasoning as to why he gave Nate a second chance.
Yeah, I liked that too.
That was a great scene. Beard has always been that character that I feel like gets one amazing scene per season, and then it's just completely in the background for the rest of it.
I like Beard. He's very, I don't know, just a fun character.
He's weird.
I think. Yeah, I love the moment where I think Roy was supposed to do a press conference, but he couldn't do it, so Beard was doing it instead. And it just cut to him just screaming at the fucking at the press. Just I think it was about bands or something.
Yeah, like best guitarist in the 70s or something.
Yeah, which was very fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like overall a pretty good season of TV. I just think there was a lot of talk about get in, get out, 3-season plan. We're done,
and they did it.
It is done.
It's done. They did it.
And it was 3 seasons. Yeah.
And hey, it was never about Ted, so maybe there'll be a spin-off.
Yes, I did like the book subplot. I quite liked that. I liked why Trent Krim was around the team for that long. That was a good reason.
Yeah.
He was writing his book.
Just hire him. Let him hang out.
I'll give it a year until they release a version of that book.
Yeah, probably.
As like some sort of merch or
Didn't
something.
they do that recently with something?
Probably.
There was like a book and a thing, and they're like, "Here's this book. You can read it. You can buy it.
It's real.
It's real."
Probably, but I don't know what or where.
Me neither. Cannot remember.
Be interested in seeing a bit more if they do some more. Happy to leave it there if they leave it there.
Well, Ted Lasso, the show is done, I think.
Yes, yeah.
Ted Lasso is done. I don't think we're going to see Jason Sudeikis back. And maybe that's for the best.
Do you think?
No, not in like a mean way or anything. I just feel like that's kind of wrapped up now, I guess.
Ted feels done.
Yeah. Like, and the way it ended and everything, and like you said on Trent's book, it was never about him. It's about everyone. And I feel like that's like the best summary of the show for me. So if there is a spin-off, look, if it's just fucking, I don't know, the same show but without Ted and now it's called fucking Richmond AFC or whatever, or just fucking Roy Kent tries not to kill everyone or whatever, like I'd watch it, man. It'd be good stuff.
What do we do now? We've got a new thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
Throwing it right back. We're going to do little recommendations at the end of every episode. Now we're just going to leave you with a little thing that maybe we've checked out on that week, or maybe we've been checking out for some time, that we would share with you and we'd suggest you check out yourselves. Have you got one prepared?
I do.
Hit me with it.
I am going to recommend the YouTube channel Gabby Bell. I don't know if you're familiar with this. It's just someone who makes video essays about anything, just anything fun going on, and they're very comedic, very fun, very well edited and put together. I've been watching a lot of her videos recently. There's one on Indiana Jones hat and how it the origins of it and how it drove a whole fandom insane. She's done videos on Waffle House and how it's the most bizarre restaurant chain in America and how it's used by the government to track hurricanes as well, which is bizarre. She's talked about the how the music industry is geared now towards TikTok and the kind of ramifications of that and stuff.
I think that topic rings a bell. I think I've seen a thumbnail for that.
You very well may have. They're all quite popular videos, and they're really well done. She presents them very well. She's like very Gen Z. It's all like a lot of stuff like memes, and it's just very fun and stuff. But yeah, it's really good.
The music industry and TikTok, and then insert he needs some milk or just something.
Like literally, literally, yeah. It is all very well done, and yeah, very very funny stuff. So I would definitely recommend checking out some of her videos because I've been like just diving into them this week. They're all quite good. So yeah.
I'm embarrassed now. You've gone significantly smaller and more like creator friendly than me.
Well.
And, I didn't know this was going to be the vibe.
And here Lawrence is to shill for some billionaires. So
look, the in-show billionaires, yes. Everyone else, no. Right, okay, fine. I feel really bad now. All right, mine is the TV show Succession, which when started was not very popular. Now I'm realizing is a mega hit, and a lot of people have already seen it. So if you've already seen it, you can ignore me. But if you haven't...
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you on it for some time. Well,
try it. Here's your chance. Sales pitch.
Okay.
There you go.
Just 4 seasons of great drama. It's kind of about these billionaires and their dad is Rupert Murdoch, basically, in everything but name. And he has 3 kids, 4 kids technically, but 3 kids that are the main people. And they're all in the running. The dad that owns all the media corporation, he is like in his late 80s, I'm fairly certain. So essentially the entire show is a ticking time bomb of who can be in his best good graces by the time he dies so that we can take over the company. No, none of them love each other.
That's pleasant.
It is, but it is corporate knife fighting. Like it's just people fucking people over. It's very like pessimistic, and the worldview is extremely negative, but also very reflective of a current American landscape.
You see, like I know that, like I know like generally what the show's about, and you've said this to me before, and I'm like, none of this sounds appealing to me. Like I have no interest in watching billionaires fight over more money. Like, the show isn't at no point is it going whoever has the biggest pile of money is the winner. Like it's quite clear that even the people that win top jobs, they all suck and it's all for nothing. It's far more focused on the family aspect, and they're far more focused on winning. And Lawrence, I like when the little mustache man is nice.
So do I. I like that too.
I'd rather watch a nice mustache man and his little football team than billionaires just be mean to each other.
Look, it's gripping drama. It's some of the best TV I've seen in a long time. You know, like the edge of your seat Game of Thrones in its glory days kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like that. It just gets me.
There's something about Succession. I just cannot comprehend it in my head. There's just like everything I know about the show, I just cannot. There's no logical part which can connect like what I know about it to like the reaction that it gets, and like like you say, this Game of Thrones stuff. I'm like, there's no way. Like I feel like everyone's lying. Everyone's just in on this big joke, and they're all just making it up. Maybe I'm being Truman Showed. I don't know. I could very easily find out and just watch it, but I never will.
Good. Okay. There is the meme that I quite enjoy where it's like people that don't watch Succession, people that don't watch Succession watching Succession Twitter when a new episode goes, and it's like, apparently this was the biggest moment I've ever seen in any TV show, and they just post a stock image of a businessman JPEG.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
that is literally that is true. That is a thing. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. If it's not your cup of tea, it is very pessimistic on its approach to the world. So maybe if that's not your jam, then it won't be your cup of tea. Yeah.
No, like I said, I like when the mustache man is nice.
I will say that what we're doing next week is going to be very fun, and it's going to be this.
So are you like a cow or a Dalmatian?
I am the Spot. That's not funny.
And wowee, what a great time we'll have. Truthfully, don't know what it is, so we will find out, I suppose, together. Give us a little follow. We are on Twitter at AnotherHappyPod. You can give us a little follow there, and you will also see a post which goes up every Friday at 10 a.m, which will tell you when a new episode comes out. And you will never miss a fun
Spoiler
little
alert, it's
show
Friday
for us.
at 10 a.m. We do have another podcast, which is called Still Got Legs. It's all about Docky Who. So if you don't like that, fuck off.
You'll have no fun if you're not a fan of the show.
No fun. Yeah, it's all about Doctor Who. We're getting close to the end of season 2 now. It's a rewatch podcast where every week we watch and then discuss an episode of the revival era of Docky Who. Like I said, getting close to the end of season 2. Having a good fun time. And the devil is here, or whatever. So
Yeah, that is happening. That is true.
go.
Well, in that case, anything of note on Twitter?
No, it's all just dead. All just
Read
fucking...
the thing you're reading out, just to give us something.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is currently the highest rated movie of all time on Letterboxd.
Well, there we are then.
That seems like I like the movie, but that seems like reactionary. That seems like...
Yeah, it's the opposite of review bombing. It's like the positive review bombing is just as annoying as negative review bombing.
I don't know about that.
It's less hateful.
Yeah, so like review bombing is mostly down to like racism and homophobia, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if it's as bad, but it's like when people say toxic positivity is a thing. I'm like, is it?
Yeah, I'd rather be bombarded with a million messages
you're
saying
too
I love
nice.
you. Yeah.
All right. Oh no.
Yeah, I'd rather one of them. That must be said.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? No, happy Pride Month to all our beautiful gays out there.
Should we change it to a gay logo on Twitter?
We could do.
I'm
If you
down to
can-
do it, but I
if you
feel like
can
it's
mock
also
up-
the corporate thing.
No, but we're not corporate. We're not making any money, man. We're not. It's not rainbow washing, I think is the term.
Is that okay?
Because I'm gay. So there we go.
True.
50% of this business.
Well, I'm going to take that literally when I design the June logo. It's going to be down the middle and the rainbows end in the middle.
Well, you get working on that because it's already the 4th of June at the time of recording. So
We're a bit late, but by this episode goes up, maybe, who knows?
we'll do it now.
I'm not going to do it now. It's like at 10 o'clock at night.
And
I'm not doing it right now. I'll do it tomorrow.
but you won't, though.
I will.
No, you won't.
I will.
Will you?
Yes.
Set a reminder right now.
All right. Hey Siri. Set a reminder for tomorrow at 9 a.m. to make gay logo.
Okay, I've added make gay logo for tomorrow 9 a.m.
Nice.
There we go.
Press the thing.
Oh, you can do it in post, man.
Just put it there. It's so much easier.
I'm going to talk all the way through it. Ba 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 ba. Fuck you, Lawrence. Another happy pod. Another happy pod. Happy pod. Fuck.